Optus Stadium is fast becoming known for its mighty home ground advantage, but a dog-doctor's outfit almost nullified any edge the Eagles had during a nail-biting Western Derby 49. It took until the dying seconds of the Eagles' home game when Josh Kennedy kicked the sealer that West Coast fans reached full throat. A record Western Derby crowd of 58,219, also the biggest crowd at Optus for an AFL home and away game, packed in to watch the Eagles extend their recent dominance of the fixture to 8 straight games. Melissa Dutton 30, Jacqueline Daniel 49, Tia Good Game 29. Picture, The Sunday Times, Jackson Flindell. The Sunday Times married for 33 years are wife and husband Nancy and Nick Azzolini. Picture, The Sunday Times, Jackson Flindell. The Sunday Times, their winning streak has almost equaled the Eagles' 9-game dominance at the start of the Western Derby rivalry in the 1990s. As has become customary at Eagles' home games, there were boos. Boos for Fremantle set shots. Boos for the umpires. Boos for $5 meat pies. But there were no boos for Andrew Gaff, and one of the stubbornly enduring storylines from last year's AFL season can be laid to rest, at least until Dockers supporters fill Optus Stadium for the second Derby in July. West Coast Eagles midfielder Andrew Gaff spoke with Cameron Mooney after the Eagles' win in Derby 49. The shock villain of Derby 48 was welcomed with a loud cheer when his face flashed across the screen during pre-game warm-ups, and West Coast fans repeated the dose for each of the standout midfielders' match-defining 35 disposals. In a move likely designed to defuse any prospect of early-game fireworks, Andrew Brayshaw, the man on the receiving end of Gaff's sickening punch 8 months ago, was held out of the contest until the 11th minute of the first quarter. His eventual entrance was greeted with muted jeers from scattered sections of the crowd, but that was about as hostile as it got during a game that at points threatened to turn into a contest before West Coast kicked away in the final quarter. It had been nearly 4 years since Fremantle last hoisted the Derby trophy, a fact not lost on Eagles fans who were predicting a big win for the home side as they flocked in. Jagger Johnston 6, Griffin Evans 6, Matthew Evans 8, Frankie Johnston 8. Picture, The Sunday Times, Jackson Flindell. The Sunday Times, it'll be another 10 years before the Dockers win another Derby. Mark Hennon declared from inside the campfield, which was already heaving more than 2 hours before bounce down. Inside the stadium, West Coast Matt Jake Castle and his Fremantle tragic girlfriend Jara Kitten admitted they had waited 2 years to attend their game together. "We had to build up a strong relationship first because we get into fights about football," Ms. Kitten said. "Last year Jake wouldn't let me into the house in grand final day until I put a West Coast jersey on." Husband and wife Nick and Nancy Azzolini are similarly divided, although Nancy has grown begrudgingly accustomed to Derby pain in recent years. "This is the normal rubbish we've gotten used to in the last few years," she said.